It's LDLC versus MouseSports. Great game to kick things off. 16-13. LDLC with a bit of more firepower than anticipated. We move on to Nuke. Surely it's going to be the 2-0, but we feel like LDLC can actually keep up this time. Do it once again.
It's just guessing. It's just a guessing game, isn't it?
I know. I've got to have some sort of conversation, haven't I? I can't talk about keyboards every time.
This is the conversation, isn't it?
Here, Henry.
Chili ramen is that we got? Yeah.
I mean, it's the only way I could figure out to make this whole situation spicy.
It is. It's very spicy. So this is my...
That's the wittiest thing you've ever said.
There we go. The ramen.
I'm surprised and very impressed.
This is my food for today, right? This is how you guys...
Yeah.
I don't get paid in money. I get paid in noodles. So,
bags of ramen.
Bags
you
of
can join
ramen.
the FGC with that bag of ramen.
Yeah? What does that mean?
They're just like on the cup noodles and stuff.
Oh, do they?
It's just a running joke on the FGC, yeah.
That's very university, isn't it? Just like you're living in your dorm or halls, as we would say.
They actually sponsored Evo this year, Cup Noodle or whatever it is. The brand is Cup Noodle.
Cup Noodle's the brand, yeah.
Yeah, Cup Noodle sponsored Evo, which I think is awesome. They
Is
had
it the same company as Pot Noodle?
No. No.
No, I don't think so. But they had stacks of noodles on the tables and stuff. But it was so sick because it is actually a thing in the FGC. They just need that Chef Boyardee and they're good to go.
Well, they just got a free plug from us, whoever they make those. So maybe they should get involved with us.
When I was actually once in Switzerland for a tournament called Beat by Contest. Only lasted 1 year.
Okay.
But we would go over the border to France to buy food in a Chinese store, things like that, because it was so expensive in Switzerland.
Sure.
And chicken was like mad expensive, yo.
The chicken pot noodle?
Just chicken in general in the supermarkets in Switzerland, but you could walk like half a mile to France and then you just get, you know, reasonably priced chicken.
Never been to Switzerland before. What are your thoughts, Dan?
It's really nice.
It's really nice.
Went to Zurich once.
Yeah.
Very expensive, but very
Any watches or?
Had some seafood kebab, I remember. It's really nice.
Seafood kebab?
Yeah.
That sounds vile.
No, it's great.
Kebab, you do not put fish in there.
I've been to Lausanne. I don't know how you pronounce that. And Geneva.
Lucerne.
Lucerne? Okay, yeah, I don't know how to pronounce it. But
isn't that where is it in Switzerland where they have the Hadron Collider? The Large Hadron Collider?
Well, it's like in multiple countries. It's a giant thing that's on the ground and goes through like a lot of different countries. So when you say where in Switzerland, it's like where in Europe is a better question.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Dude, I think it's on the Alps where you have the crossover of like France, Switzerland,
I'm
gonna
Google this immediately because I feel like I don't.
What did you think of that size of in one building or something?
How can it be in 4 countries at once?
It's huge.
It can't be that huge.
It's a massive thing. It's a big ring underground. Because
someone's wrong. Yeah,
it's flicking these things around.
I'm looking at my paper. It's got nothing about it. So
what, Hadron Collider?
No, nothing on there. I thought there'd be some intel. Dan, quick.
So Large Hadron Collider is by far the most powerful. It is based at the European Particle Physics Laboratory at CERN near Geneva in Switzerland.
Okay.
So what about the span of the thing?
I think it's got nothing. I think you made that up.
No, it's huge. It's enormous.
How enormous do you think it is?
It's located in Switzerland. It doesn't say it's located in Europe because it's so huge. Otherwise, why would it say
Why don't you get on Google Maps? Bring it up. Type in that on Google Maps. So just type in...
How big is large...
This is great content, by the way.
Welcome.
Yeah, welcome back to the inaugural day of Season 6. So we're going to change servers. So we've got some time for this sort of nonsense if you want to do it.
It's the James Bardolph podcast and also the James Bardolph fact checker. This
isn't a fact. This is the opposite of a fact. This is complete fantasy.
What he did.
It is 17 miles long.
That's not as big as you suggested. You made it sound like it was like 600 miles long.
I may have done that.
Yeah.
I think there might be another one. Isn't there another one?
No, that's the big one.
It's called, even has large in his name.
Thank you. It lies beneath the border of Switzerland and France. So there's at least 2 countries. There's multiple countries. I told you.
You did say 4. Anyway, that's the only way I can work it out. Is I know in the Alps you can cross over and ski to different parts. But anyway, we're going to move on. We're going to maybe focus on Counter-Strike for a little bit, if that's okay.
So it's Nuke, right?
It's going to be Nuke. We saw that already today.
Have you seen our money? We've got a big stack of money here.
I thought it was just wood.
I feel like there would have been a good segue between the Large Hadron Collider and Nuke somehow. I feel like we could have made
good segue.
Good at our jobs.
Actually, I was actually waiting for this Nuke. I don't know. Is Fliggy on the server? Do we know? Is he on the server yet? Because I want to show something on the B bomb site.
Let's do it.
Because
on the fly content right now.
I was reading about nuclear waste.
All right.
So I actually want to show you what I believe the B bomb site is. So you see this pool of water underneath, right?
Yep.
Like when, I don't know if it's when like like on the right where the rods are, I think when they're expired, when the half-life has gone or whatever, and they're all dead and they're useless, you have to keep them to stop these from radiating and putting exposure into the atmosphere. You have to keep them in really, really, really super cool
So these like uranium rods.
I'm pretty sure that half-life is like hundreds and hundreds of years, James.
Well, whatever. When they're not usable anymore, they go in here, right?
Okay.
But you have to keep them super cool for ages and ages and ages.
Yeah.
So when you have like an earthquake in a nuclear place, if that part gets wrecked, that's when you've got problems.
The meltdown.
Yeah.
Well, it's interesting. They had this.
So that's nuclear
area.
waste basically. It just sits in there like that. And
Yeah.
that's
And you can swim in it if you like as well.
You can.
Doubles up as a swimming pool. So
I
there.
can swim in it. I'm not going to have children, so it's fine.
You're not
Nah.
guaranteed.
It's never guaranteed, is it? You
No,
know?
exactly.
It's
That's what I'm
never
saying.
guaranteed.
Dan's got a couple, so
It's true.
What about you?
definitely
You want to
don't.
have children?
if there's anyone, all three of us probably shouldn't ever, but I definitely won't. You're not going to. You probably will, I'd imagine.
Maybe, yeah.
Maybe.
Maybe.
Well, why don't you commit now on live on air?
I'd rather not. I'd rather just
Just
yeah,
leave
so
it.
what's the map again? So it's
It's
Nuke,
gonna be Nuke.
and no one's on the server, so I guess it's going to go on for a
There
while.
were 3 people and stuff. They were changing servers, I believe. It's online CS. So
Sometimes
we've
you've got
got
to
9
change
on.
server, man.
Yeah, you just want to make sure, like, maybe they felt like they lost because of the server. I'm not
Sometimes
sure
you've
that
got
was
to
the
change
reason.
server.
But
I remember the server searches being 5 hours in the Euro Cup days. in
we used to play
2000
halves on like one
4,
server and
5.
do a half on another. It was actually.
I hated that. That was the worst thing, like home and away.
Different halves.
Yeah, because the
Yeah.
source, especially, was so CT sided. That you want to play CT side. If you couldn't come to an agreement on the server, so we'll do a CT on our server and you do your CT on that server.
Oh my god.
Took like 2 hours to get through the whole system.
Yeah,
but
it's awful.
That's unbelievable.
That was like, internet was a very different beast back then. This is like
Didn't
2007.
have random.org then.
No, had nothing like that. It was all just turn up and hope for the best. The server wasn't good enough. We just had to say, well, let's just do this instead. That happened in most games.
The
We
crazy
should
thing is
do-
it made more difference too, because there's no anti-lag in the netcode back then.
You should say, I would have said like, let's go random.org. Pick a number between 1 and 3.
Okay.
If it's 2, we pick the server. If it's 3, you pick the server. If it's 1, we spin again.
That sounds quite complex in itself.
No, you see the trick. Between 1 and 3 is only 2.
Oh, I
You
see.
see, I would have got you immediately.
You would have done.
Oh, he would have been wrecked.
Yeah.
Would have had home server every time. GG.
All the games, every
Yeah.
time.
I got lyrics, man. I
Yeah.
got bars, baby.
Well,
What's it got to do with lyrics, James?
nothing really.
Well, words are lyrics. They were words.
Okay.
We're bringing back
So
the.
it's like I'm
confused.
spitting fire. He
I'm
didn't
bringing
even,
back an old
All right.
segment.
All right,
I'm
We're gonna-
just like, I just ruined both of them. Go on.
I'm bringing back the prediction segment.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, that went
It's
so
coming
well the
back.
first time.
I'm bringing it back. Dan, where do you sit with this one? Do you feel like they're gonna do this?
I think
bring this one?
MouseSports probably are going to win.
Probably.
I'm going to go
Not
with
definitely though.
MouseSports.
MouseSports.
Definitely.
Definitely gonna win.
100%.
Can I have a number from you?
100%.
No, a scoreline.
Oh. 16-5.
Okay, James.
I've got to pick MouseSports. I'm going to go 16-7.
Whoever's closest has to do.
Can you
I'm making the prediction segment more interesting. You know,
Okay.
so if, like, whoever
Alright.
gets the closest to winning gets their noodles made for them by the other person. Okay.
I'm down for
That's,
that.
Yeah.
that's a
You
tame,
get the
tame
noodles
start.
made
It's a
for
good
you, and
good
you don't have
one.
to do anything.
By
at
the
lunch.
person furthest away, what's your score?
I'm gonna go with. I'm a bit fortunate. Is like Price is Right. I can just come in and say, 16-8. Favorite mouse balls. I have a whole buffer now.
Yeah, he's done us.
So
Now you've been wrecked. He's got bars.
I
Yeah.
guess I chose the host, right? So
Yeah.
I've kind of done myself in there. But
there we go. So that makes things a bit more interesting. See, this segment's back and it's more alive than ever. Predictions are going to work out for us for the looks of
So
things.
pretty much, unless I get my 16-7, I'm making noodles for someone.
Okay. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you pretty much.
Wait,
have
no.
it yourself.
If it goes above that score, then Dan's making noodles for someone.
Yeah, no, that's
so
fine as well.
I'm relatively safe.
Yeah,
actually.
there you are. That's a good
I'm
point.
not making noodles, essentially.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Dan, we'll see what happens to you.
So it's a 50. It's a coin flip between you two.
But the thing is, if
As he's
LDLC
making
starts CT, win the pistol, they could get 10 rounds. That could happen. No problem at all. MouseSports had to close it out. Nuke is a bit of a weird one. I'll ask you what your thoughts about Nuke. Do you guys enjoy casting it? A lot of people don't.
I think it's can be kind of confusing. I think the map's pretty good though. I think now that it's been played more, I think there's
Sure.
more expectation. The more routine. I think it's better.
I
It's not the worst.
I mean, I always think like, is Nuke a barrier to entry for a new viewer? And I
Mm.
think it probably is because of the layout of the map.
Would you say if any map had to go, it would be Nuke out of all of them? From a spectator point of view, like
that's a
trying
good
to,
question.
if you think about it, because we removed Cobblestone, for me
Yeah.
that had to go. I thought that was diabolical.
Yeah.
Cobblestone was definitely the worst one in that regard. Nuke, I don't know, because there's a question of like staleness. If you're seeing the same maps like Inferno all the time,
Yeah.
So,
but that's a good word to put towards Nuke, because every team does the same strategy. We're not seeing any evolution, even though the maps had, what, 4 or 5 different iterations now. We haven't really seen the strategy change at all, just slightly different setups. Same outside smokes, same down towards lower. It's the same round over and over again, essentially.
Nuke might not actually be as much of a barrier to access as we perhaps think, because I think one of the big issues for new viewers is differentiating between different areas on the map. And I think, like, for example, if you haven't played the game before, that's a big problem. And so I think Nuke is actually not super intuitive, but it's like, it's kind of obvious. The 2 sites are very different. One's underground, one's on top, and there's an outside. Like all the areas are quite different, so that helps, I think.
I don't know. I mean, if you look at someone on ramp and you look at someone on secret, I don't know how a new viewer sees what's going on. If you have a flat map, surely it's easier than a map on multiple places, on multiple tiers.
We can't cater for all new viewers, though. We're all about hardcore esports
yeah,
in the
that's
day.
True.
So we can't just say, oh, they won't understand it. I'm not really interested in those people who have no idea what's going on. If we're at the final, at the major,
yeah,
I'm not
but
going to say, well, damn,
but
new viewers.
Where, I mean, there's a balance in everything, right?
Sure.
Like I think from talking to security guards at events, security guards and camera operators and things like that, the most confusing thing is halftime.
Sure.
When the teams change. And I did speak to the developers.
Oh, I see what you mean.
I spoke to the developers about barrier entry and things like that for new viewers at the London Major, but I think that's something to be taken care of more by production than
all you have to do is, right, I posted a video from CGS the other day. I think you saw it. They've got the in-game jerseys in the CGS. You could do that here if you really wanted to make it obvious who's who right now. When you go third person, they've got all jackets on. You can see, oh, he's shooting him. I
don't think you need that. I think that productions, especially at majors, need something that they play at half time, which is a simple visual explanation that the teams are swapping sides.
Yep.
Right, because they can see the map is not a mirror. It's not like a football. Because I think traditional sports, everything is a mirror, right? So I think the concept is alien to somebody who's not from esports.
Let's say, though, you made a massive gamble as a tournament organizer, and you started saying, we got attack and defense now instead of counter-terrorists and terrorists. You gave the in-game jackets on there as well. Then not only did you negate the whole thing of having the word terrorist involved in an esports broadcast, you could actually have really easy to manage and see what's going on. That's something, I guess, you really had a problem with it being on TV or something like that.
I think the problem is, even if you call them attack, they're still terrorists.
Yeah, sure.
Because they're like planting bombs.
Depends on the.
You change it to a present.
Jersey.
A present you give them, and they've got to try and pick up the present before it runs out of time.
Why are you planting a present?
Giving them a gift.
And then the knives come out.
Yeah.
Really want that present.
Yeah. Chris J had internet issues, so he is almost on the server. He's the last player to come on. We have 9 of them ready and waiting to go. Just a note, it's funny we should mention him. He's the AWPer for MouseSports on Nuke on the CT side. Oscar will be mainly using the auto shotgun, so watch out for that, especially in online play. He loves an auto shotgun here. For better or for worse, he buys it almost every single time. I'm sure he will against LDLC. That'll be no problem. He'll be buying
I love the shotguns. I'm still trying to remember the other map where Fur would play with an auto shotgun, because it was ramp on A, and then there was another place, but I still can't remember.
Train.
That's why I put a first sticker on my auto shotgun, because it was just so epic and inspiring.
He loves an MP9 as well, Fur.
Yeah.
He really does enjoy the cheesier weapons.
I have a souvenir MP9. It cost me like 50 quid.
Okay.
Because it's the hot rod one.
Yeah.
And it's got first stickers on. So I'm a
So what do you think about his? I mean, he's like lowest rated player on NYBR, and he's been having. I suppose if you compare or contrast with his history, somewhat of a slump. So I mean, what do you make of that? Because typically he's the guy that gets to go aggressive and gets to get the first frags. He's not the guy that's playing the supporting roles, so, and he's not been doing as well.
I think he's just, with Yanko coming in especially, they're trying to move away from the wild card plays and someone who's just going to run around the map. I think he still does it to some extent, but it's just like he's not as well known for that right now. They're looking more disciplined and more like a well-rounded Counter-Strike team instead of a team of superstars that will just go for really crazy duels all the time. Chris J is on. Looks like we're ready to go. Remember the predictions. Loser will make the ramen. It's going to be an exciting finish here, not only for the players, but for us as well. Dan, I don't really feel too hopeful for your chances, but it's the first time we've played this version of the prediction games. We'll see what happens.
All right, let's get into the knife round.
I think quickly, because the knife is going on, I think that Fur and players like him, like JW, for example, I think part of it is that with a style like that, once everyone gets used to it, it's obviously going to be less effective because there is expectation. So in some cases, having a more traditional approach will be good for a while, so you can take people by surprise once again.
Chris J crashed, so we're not doing the knife right now. We're going to leave that. We're
Something's
just
going
going to leave that, forget it ever happened, and continue with your thoughts. Sorry.
Yeah, I think that style can have fatigue after a certain point, and then if you're doing something, you've got to play against expectation, right?
Yeah.
So I think that in itself can be an issue where that style comes and goes, but then you can have once it's been away for a while, it can win you a match when you turn it on at the right time.
Yeah, it's a fine balance between kind of completely like proverbially castrating phones. So you're never doing that play again. You're never pushing. You're never doing that. And like if you throw it in every now and then, if he feels like he can do that, it's part of his core, right? That's that makes him a great player. Is he can have the audacity to go for those plays no one else will and shut down rounds. You can't take it away from him. But I feel like everyone knows he does it right now. This is actually the 9th round. Gonna bet wager on this, Dan, or are you happy with just the noodles? Double down, maybe.
No, noodles is good. I think it's good to warm up. We've got an entire season since it comes with the evolution.
I think there's some more like kind of interesting forfeits as you go on. But there it is. LDLC will start CT.
And also, just a quick addition, maybe to your points, and something we can talk about later is JW going back to the dedicated All-Pro on Fnatic. Looking forward to that.
Are we sure? Isn't Twist just joined the team?
No, that's what he said.
Oh, really? Yeah, I didn't read the interview. I just saw it.
Yeah, he said on a tweet longer, JW did.
They're really having a nightmare over there, aren't they? This every week is a different change, new setup. Either way, here we go. We're back into it. LDLC versus MouseSports. T-side start for MouseSports will have the smoke, a couple of flashbangs, looking like a very fast upper approach here. Run and gun. It's Logan to shut them down, and the French are doing a fantastic job so far as they find 3 kills, and the bomb is down.
This is a shutdown. Logan looking for all the rest, but it'll be Nuke to give him a hand, and that's easy peasy.
I was really curious to see. Don't do it. I was really curious to see the. Armalek had a HE grenade, and I wanted to see where it was going, but we will never know.
Yes.
We could ask them to do the pistol again.
Let's see.
Just crash the server on purpose. Say, look, mate, throw that grenade with you.
A CT HE, and a pistol round. Always a curiosity.
Yeah, you'd think you'd get the smoke over the HE, considering the defuse potential of the smoke, right? But.
Now we've got the pistols and absolutely no utility for MouseSports. Not a flashbang, nothing. Ooh, he got hit by a cannon, it looks like, Chris J. So far, so good. Slightly lacking a helmet. Not sure if Chris J had one. So just the raw deal here for MouseSports. Meat shields will have to be activated to get anything out of this round.
I kind of like it against the SMG sometimes, having the Kevlar and helmets. It can be kind of surprising. If you rush down somebody, you pick up a gun, and you have that speed of the numbers, and you beat out the rotations. But this push is not working out so well. This is like LDLC, very expectant of that. And now MouseSports needs something very special indeed to swing the odds back into their favor. Oh, it's not going to happen, is it? They're all dead. Very limited damage. You would at least want another couple kills out of a round like that, because now LDLC should have a free one.
Certainly should. That was the force buy from MouseSports. Almost nothing happened for them. Glocks across the board, go for a vent dive. It's pretty much the only thing I see that does anything of worth in these sort of rounds. Or you could slow things right down, as we discussed earlier, try and bait out some grenades. Try and take some money out of their pockets, albeit not too much. Incendiary down to stop that ramp, or vent dive, I should say. Logan, this is a nice little spot to get into. Hold this angle safely. Doesn't really have to be there, but he's got the SMG. He's trying to farm some extra cash.
All the cash. Cash money. Where's that shotgun at? Why is it not in there? Getting involved.
Stuck in.
Get involved. Get involved. There we go.
That's quite a range.
Not known for its range.
Yeah, it's very hopeful. Very hopeful indeed.
No! No!
It's gone now, probably never to be seen again.
I had Grouse a week ago, I want to say.
The famous Grouse.
No, an actual Grouse. And I found a shotgun shell in there. Well, not a shell, but a ball bearing.
Yeah, I was going to say, if you've got a shell in there, something's gone really wrong. It's like you have gone inside the bird.
Found a ball bearing.
Yeah, makes sense.
It's about 50-50. Find one half the time I have Grouse.
Like a bit
blasted
shrapnel.
out of the sky.
Is it like a full ball bearing, or is it actually just like
no,
that's
tiny.
It's a little warped at that point, but it is a ball bearing.
Well, first gun round, boys. Orbs out for Twanu. MP9 for Logan. No shotguns, I'm afraid, but Sunny He's got one of the best aims in Europe right now. We'll see whether he can open things up towards outside. Using the silo, presumably flashes in. Yes, indeed. Trying to take down the AWP here. And no one there to receive. So at least gets a bit of intel. Maybe there's not an AWP outside just yet. But Alex rotating down towards lower. He'll be patrolling secret. Still holding lobby for now. Nothing really to report as of yet. Just going through the initial procedures here. Obtaining control of their respective positions. Smokes outside. And this is where they aim to get towards secret.
I wonder if Alex pronounces his name in an English accent, because how would you say McMeekin in a French accent? Could it be more English?
McMeekin?
It's like Scottish, isn't it?
McMeekin.
McMeekin.
Je m'appelle McMeekin. Moving down to the secret position. No pot shots from Twanu through the smoke. MouseSports not shy to run the clock down. There's a little jiggle peek, a show of some elbow. There is no smoke here for Alex like we saw in the previous Nuke in that position, so he will be unable to delay them yet further. But his presence towards control is a problem.
Good off angle there from him as he receives snacks. Oh, a second as well. The bomb will go down. And can Alex find any more as he stalks these T's as they fall back? Going around the side of the smoke. And he's created a lot of space for his teammates here. Robs, though, good defense. Finds two. And it is not looking good suddenly. Alex has to do it all. He's got an ace, in fact, to save this. And that's a good start.
Yeah, don't think he'll get much more out of this, but every kill he does find will be influential going forward. He'll make his way towards the bomb site itself. By the time he's taken away way too much, and he'll be taken down by Oscar eventually. MouseSports pull one back. Slow round to begin with. Drop their smokes, got towards secret, trading out kills. Pretty basic finish there. Comes down to the 2 versus 1. Alex found all the frags for LDLC. Their money's starting to be affected now as they purchase up into round number 5 here. AWP for 20 once again. I can't remember him really doing that much of the AWP in the first map, but let's see what he can find here against Oscar as we get into it.
Chris J on the MP7. 3 of the players' sans helmets on the CT side. Relevant to the Galil as well, which has better armor penetration than an M4A4. Hello.
Hello, Alex says goodbye. That's a quick kill for the Galil. Underrated rifle, I think. Doesn't get the credit it deserves. $2,000. Very effective.
That armor penetration is incredible.
It's lovely. Beautiful. So 3 smokes outside. Allowing them a bit more freedom to get towards garage as well, not just focusing on the secret steps. MouseSports now do have ramp control. And it's quite common to leave ramp open if you lose an opening pick like that. Focusing towards lower. Ramp is not a bomb site, of course, so they're going to try and position themselves here. And Twanu had to hit that shot to stand a chance of winning the round. Now will be very, very lucky indeed.
The AKs continue to ring out on the faces of LDLC. Their heads turned into bells. The bells are being rung. Logan and Dudek remain. Dudek in a control position. Could have been interesting, but perhaps not today. An open plant. No smoke either. So who knows? Dudek with so many players alive looking for a player covering the bomb plant. Can't find anything. Spray's not there either.
No, that wasn't the best, was it?
James, are you saying Devo Dudek with a D at the end?
I think so, I am, yeah.
Yeah, because I think you said it on the entire last map, and I'm like, am I mishearing it?
Devo Dudek.
There we go. There we go.
That was the shot that defined the round. Maybe that one as well. Ooh. Oh, brutal. Amanek got wrecked. Eco.
It's juicy.
Eco.
The gloves are nice. But look at the color coordination. It's almost like the blue ribbon goes through the gun onto his hands. Glorious.
That is nice.
I actually have 2 pairs of gloves on the market. Please buy them.
It's not your platform to wheel and deal your skins.
I wanted to buy another
check
pair
them
of
out.
gloves.
Great deals available on the Bardolph Steam page.
I should have my own little shop.
Yeah.
Well then, 4 pistols left. Chris J starts to move in. Oh, the windows have been breached. They've been broken. I used to roll with a slingshot on occasion.
What do you mean roll with it?
Just go out with a slingshot.
What, in London?
Yeah.
Really? What, in the urban jungle, like London, you have a slingshot. That does not seem practical or safe.
When you put eggs in there, I bet you did, didn't you?
No.
Stone, but it sounded
Berries.
Berries.
We used to throw stones with our hands. we had nothing to do, so we just throw stones at windows just to see if we could hit the window.
I don't know, that doesn't seem like a reasonable explanation.
Well,
nothing to do,
illegal.
just smash
We did a
windows.
lot of things that weren't reasonable.
That's fair enough.
No, I mean, we never smashed a window with a stone.
Just
Once
the
with a
berries.
slingshot, maybe a pane of glass was broken.
With the blueberries. You get it done with the blueberries, but not the stones.
No, I think that might be stone. I can't remember. What
The
was
story
the
keeps
slingshot.
changing. Actually,
there were many
that.
occasions. Okay, there were many times where slingshots were had.
Okay.
I think some of those activities, maybe all of the above, might be illegal.
Once I was in a block and this kid said, "Oh," he put his hands out and it's like, "Try and hit me." I was like, "All right," and I shot him straight in his eye with a berry, and it looked like he'd been punched in the face by a 40-year-old man.
Okay, PSA: do not use slingshots in general. They are not safe unless you are trained. Do not put rocks, berries,
Unless your name
stones.
is David's.
Yeah, that's true. Unless it's absolutely required. You're fighting a giant.
Yep. But they're not real.
No, not that we know of.
Yeah. Okay, we've got push coming into the outer bomb site. That is a good energy frag from Christian. He'll go down to the trade of 20, but is there a follow-up here from MouseSports? No! Sunny gets deleted, as does the rest of his team. Now just Snacks on the lurk. And he will also receive similar treatment.
That is a fantastic round for LDLC. It has to be said. Multiple players, I think, had grenades in their hands, or at least Oscar did in the back of Squeaky. Made life easier for them. Only one player was taken out there for LDLC, so we have a world of opportunity here for the French-Belgian side. I know there's at least one Belgian on the team.
Yes, there is.
I want to say it's 20, but I might be wrong.
No, I think you're right. I think that's exactly what it is. Yeah, there it is.
There we go.
Flag. And they're heading towards Secret quickly. That AWP. 4-3 now. This is going to be a good game. You can feel it. It's warming up. MouseSports still with the AWP and the T side in the hands of Oscar there. 5 kills to his name. Christian waiting for what seems to be a very common play on the CD side. Pushing towards that hut, trying to get a frag towards the lobby position. But it'll be Logan holding above this time. Interesting to see what MouseSports will be bringing to the table here. Looks like they're trying to focus their efforts towards the ramp. Difficult position to play. You can't really go for multiple kills. One at best, and you want to be dropping down towards lower. Oh, this timing is absolutely brutal, but he gets the Molotov off and will just fall back. And they have ramp control now.
Rotation in from LDLC to respect the new movements of MouseSports. Now the ball is in the court of MouseSports. They have to make a play. LDLC can just sit in their defensive positions, or defensible positions. But what does MouseSports want to do here? Do they double down on that ramp control? You can see that they are falling back, and that is a great shot from Snacks.
Yeah, that's not bad at all, is it? It always feels great to get the one tap. And that one was pretty filthy. The AWP goes down, just a note. That was not a one-on-one duel against rifles, but Logan's actually going to town here. The 3K spray down saves the day. LDLC might be able to do this one on Nuke. We'll see. 4 versus 2 now. Snacks still finding headshots, so it's all falling apart. This is a crazy round. All of a sudden, it switches back in favor of MouseSports to get 3 frags before you even realize. And now Amanek will be coming out of the huts. Don't think he has much of a chance there. He's absolutely done for. What a turnaround, guys. We've got to be impressed with that.
Wild.
Can we see? Well, actually.
Snacks almost baited the secret guy as well by shooting towards the hut position. That was awesome. And now LDLC are shell-shocked. Got the sounds of, was that a fire brigade or something going past?
Sounds like a airplane.
Does it? That's what you think an airplane
What
sounds
kind of
like?
airplane in it? I mean,
The airplane police.
Yeah.
airplane police.
The aerial
What on
police
earth
coming
are
in.
you saying, Dad? I swear. Did you eat breakfast today?
He did. I met him in the crepe store.
Oh, we have bigger problems than we first thought then.
I was in there at
Full
8:30,
stomach.
gobbling down crepes.
What did you have, Henry? How was it?
Chicken crepe with coffee and cranberry juice. Not
But-
all in one thing, separate glasses.
Nice.
I get eggs Benedict from there
At a crepe place. That seems
with the odd
suboptimal.
sausage.
Spicy sausage.
I can't say no to eggs Benedicts.
That's poached eggs, right?
That's why I got a fat ass.
Anyway, moving on from artists. And
It always goes back to
Yeah, always
You'll
back
soon
there.
figure it out, Henry.
Yeah.
It always circles back to the
somehow
arse.
gets to the arse. Anyway, It's an eco, of course, for LDLC. It's 4-4. They're still doing an okay job. Remember, it's a very CT-sided map. It seems like a great game. Now I think about it, maybe it won't be in the end. MouseSports end up winning the half. I'm not sure there'll be much chance for Frenchman. Molotov now. Remember, there's only 1 point of access from the bench. You can no longer get to the bomb site. You have to negate through the corridors, and it's a bit of a nightmare. I think Twanu will just save the AK. No real reason not to, as Avanek or Amanek. Them both confused. We'll get another kill. There's 2 AKs now. They might be fancying this, but really, they should be saving. AKs on the CT side is so much fun.
No defuse kits for these CTs. You can see that side that Twanu is on. It's very strong for a retake because you can see control, but Sonny had control of control, but now he's past tense. Chris J next to the bomb, just waiting for anyone to touch it. Logan's got nothing to lose here really with the CZ. Just damage. Maybe can find another player, but he can't on this occasion. Goes down to the last player. More wild action here on Nuke.
I think saving those 2 AKs, considering the fact they got 3 players on 3K, that was the call for me. I don't think that was ever possible, considering the no kits are available to them. But each to their own, guys. They wanted to go for it. Didn't work out. Maybe just taking a gamble to see whether they could get the round on the board. It didn't happen.
On the bright side, they crippled the economy of MouseSports, and they can still get all the rifles out. Good chunk of nades. If they win this round, MouseSports will not have any money left now due to that heroic play. So they've really just put all their chips, all their eggs in one basket, and that's this round. And it starts off well. Devoduvek takes on Oscar. Rops takes some early damage as well. So things not looking too shabby at all here on the opening of round 10. For LDLC at least.
Nice.
Nice.
First kill, though. Here we go. Oscar's down. AWP removed. With that quick pick. I'm sure Chris will be chomping at the bit to go pick up the AWP, but... Oh, no, they didn't have one this round, did they? We had 5 AKs. I beg your pardon. So, Rops trying to reply here. There is... Oh, on the other side, he can actually sneak past it. They'll have no idea, but 2 players in ramp. Pretty filthy. Rops will be dropped here. Alex didn't go for the trade then, but he'll get it eventually. Okay, that was dangerous. So 4 versus 3 now. Rops did enough to make the round possible. Look at the gap in the smoke, though. Is that going to be detrimental?
Ooh, this is not going to work out, surely, because Devoduvek's position doesn't see a gun, doesn't hear any priming of anything just yet. All the AKs are out, but he's going to see so much information. The radar! Does he realize that there's more than 1 player, though? Don't know what gave him the inkling there, but maybe they don't realize that 2 more players are outside. Chris J, has he given sound cues away? Surely he made a step there. I've definitely heard it, which means that the CTs did as well. But Twanu is still going to get taken off guard despite those noises. The no-scope from him, I assume, leaves Snacks alone in a 1 versus 4. 20 seconds left. Does he go for damage? Does he go to save?
It's Snacks. He'll go for some damage.
10 seconds to do it. Well, he's just going to chill in the
locker
room
quickly.
Yeah.
Get to the overalls.
Get the gloves on.
Yeah.
Just think about his life.
Well, that's going to be it. 5-5. Like you said, Dan, the money was pretty destroyed towards that lower bomb site before, and you can see it being reflected right now. MouseSports will have 1 AK. They might force this, considering they can get 2 and maybe pistols and try and take a gamble here. Cool. That's not bad.
My prediction is not looking so good now. I guess I will be making the ramen.
Ah, you saw a leg.
Do you know how to make ramen, Dan? Do you want me to teach you? Or?
Just get some...
Do you know how to boil water?
Really
That's what Henry's asking.
James, I feel like...
Do you know how
I feel like out of both of us, I think I'm much better suited to the task in the kitchen involving cooking.
I'm not sure, you know.
What do you mean,
I remember
James?
when you bought that sous vide thing, like, oh yeah, sous vide, you try to cook some
steak.
steak.
Oh, the
like,
steak
yeah, I don't know about that sous vide, you know.
Have you ever done it? Did you ever use it, Dan?
Where's your sous vide, bro?
How many times?
Like 5 or 6. Then I got bored.
It's like
it's a lot of effort.
It's a lot of effort for 1 steak.
Yeah, it's a lot of effort. Oh dear.
Armanek with a 3K here on a 4 spy situation.
Reading the jam.
And now Snacks is once again left to... And this is one of the reasons why you can't really just look at the scoreboards at the end of a match, because how many rounds now we've seen Snacks as a last man versus loads of people. Can't really expect to be doing much in that situation. But I mean, is it a lot of work? You put meat in a bag, put a bag in water, you put the sous vide thing in, isn't that it?
No, it just takes a lot of time.
You can just Uber Eats a steak in that time, so that's what I normally do.
It takes a lot of time, it's just annoying.
So what do you make instead?
But didn't you know that in advance?
It's
fish, chicken. Yeah, so I wanted to try it though. I found out it was not for me.
So you stuck with the ramen. I respect it. Anyway, we'll go down towards lower. Like we said, then drops likely. Snacks was doing this in New York all the time, getting that bomb down. So he does it once again. And there might be a chance of winning this run. I say that with bated breath. It comes up to this breath pretty much, but he's going to get backstabbed anyway. So probably not a chance anymore unless Oscar and Rops can do something absolutely filthy. That was the chance. It didn't happen. That range as well, PT50 you'd think would come out on top with the insta-dink.
I'm calling 7-5.
Yeah?
I said 16-7 to MouseSports. So basically, I mean, what if LDLC win? Then all bets are off because we all called MouseSports. But
no, they're not though, because it just comes to whoever's closest, right?
But
surely that should be how it works. You can't just say, oh, no one's. I guess it's who's ever's closest. Right, Henry, you're the authority here.
Okay.
So it's about how many rounds? But if they got 16 rounds, then
so whoever did the closest guess,
sure,
wins. So if you said
that would
16,
be Henry then.
yeah.
Okay.
So I've already won.
Well,
why would you make that argument when?
Because I believe
you lose anyway.
I believe in integrity, James.
That's fair. You got to respect that.
Bombs
Anyway.
being dropped through the smoke while these sprays come in, and MouseSports have taken heavy damage.
If I'm not mistaken, this is our final map of the EU division. So
Yes, it
LDLC
is. And
this is
MouseSports must win
exciting.
every round for Bardolph to prove victorious.
That's the more important factor here, of course.
Elsa's got a good vantage point here. If they surely they have, yeah, I think someone on the. Oh, the timing could be big, but Alex will look back in time and deal with Oscar. And I think with that frag, the opportunities here now plummet for MouseSports. And 4 players left, all pretty healthy. 50 seconds for MouseSports to try to find a way in, but they've taken too much damage. The bomb is now lost, and so is the head of Rops. And that's 8-5 for LDLC, and the money is a bit sketchy for MouseSports. They could force it out, actually. They really wanted to, but they'll go for a half buy, it would appear. And LDLC looks like they're pretty on for this game. If they can close that 10-5, which is looking not too bad.
So Henry's won now. Henry gets ramen.
Yeah.
And you have to figure out how to boil water.
I have to put a kettle on.
Yeah, I'm not sure it's going to happen, but we'll find out after this game. AK-47's the outside push, and Alex looking to shut this down. He's going to go for the smoke himself. This is very, very brave. Doesn't want to go any further and sabotage their attempts towards lower. Time will tell. Here he comes. He's a little bit tentative, though, worried they might be waiting for him, but he would be wrong in thinking so. It's Amanek who's got the call. They are indeed heading towards the window room. He needs both kills here to really solidify the round. He'll get nothing. Alex has left his teammates hung out to dry, and now needs to recover the situation. And there it is. Nice work. Actually brings it into a 4 versus 3.
Yeah, he's got a great position as well. Despite the bomb being planted, this... Oh, it's upper.
This
Rops.
is good.
Oh, my days.
Is it actually upper plant?
Is it enough? No, okay, it's
I
low
was going to say,
plant.
that doesn't
Second.
seem right. But
Yeah. And it's going to be difficult now to get to this. Nice double peek coming in from MouseSports. Alex has to go for the desperation play. Good cover from Twanu, and oh, the defense there on to Chris J. Now Rops has to do it all by himself. Finds the first, not the second though. And he's got a killers, Alex. Is there time? Maybe just enough time here for him to defuse this one. He's got those wire cutters out and he's going to business. Do you know how to defuse a bomb, Henry?
I used to. I think I've forgotten though. Just go up and press E, right? That's the one?
Yep.
Have you tried Keep Talking and Nobody Explodes on
Yes, I played that quite a lot. I was
VR.
playing it a couple of weeks ago.
That's amazing.
We should play that while we're here.
I didn't bring my VR here.
You don't,
Oh,
well,
we have one
I'm-
already here, actually.
Yeah, you do. You don't need VR to play it though. You just need a laptop.
Oh, but that's no fun. You got to do it in VR.
True, I've never done it in VR.
VR is
I have no idea.
awesome.
Alright, I'm down. As long as no one touches me when I've got the headset on, I'm fine.
Okay. Moving swiftly on, it's 9-5. Can LDLC take it to that 10-5 scoreline? Mystic Bardolph predicted. Everybody well equipped in this round, though there's no AWP for Oscar. I'm sure he misses it dearly.
You predicted 10-5 when it was 7-5, and you're a mystic, are you?
That's how you make money from the pleb stat.
Yeah, that's pretty much how all those people work.
This is the land of
do you know
opportunity.
anyone called John? John? Anyone? Or Phil? If Phil's in your life? Andrew? Still you get somewhere. It's all a suggestion.
Well, there's the Molotov to the roof of huts. And Logan will work his way around the side of the smoke. Once again, LDLC doing well around the smokes, and MouseSports getting so shut down. This is massive for LDLC. Big result in the first half, 10-5. And again, this This really is a must-win for MouseSports. LDLC is a team that will likely not be too high on the scoreboard.
Yep.
You know, we should think on paper at least.
No, you're absolutely right there. But to be fair, honestly, this is not the LDLC we're used to seeing in the last 3 years. The fact they've got the two powerhouse players coming in now, Amanek and David Duvek, they've brought all over Sean's experience and guidance. They've learned how to properly play Counter-Strike at a proper level now. I feel like they could actually raise this team to a decent level. There's always been good players in the LDLC. There's never had the formation. Maybe there's something in this team now. We can't write them off completely. They've got this far into the league. I don't think they're going to just let the opportunity slip by. This is probably their last chance for some of these players. As Oscar tries to shut down the event dive. He's doing a great job so far. He's in there with the knife. It's an absolute nightmare. LDLC gets stuck in the smoke. Knifed as well. Oscar, it's amazing he gets it. Remember, you get $1,500 for a knife kill. So he not only has found 3 kills, he's got a knife as well. He could bring up the AWP in the second round, I believe, if he survives.
Let's see if they can survive the round, because 2 players still here for LDLC working on this upper bomb site. Alex will get out of there though, but Twanu is still in the mix, and that's the bomb lost. Looking grim now. Very grim indeed.
Oscar wants the AWP money, and he will take it. Wait, did he ace the round?
He aced with a knife. He's got 6K.
That's not bad, is it?
He can get the AWP out second round. Just do it for the banter.
Do it for the, yeah, man.
Oh, he's not doing it.
Come on.
I did that once in a show match. I got an ace in the pistol and then brought the AWP in the second round. No one saw it coming. And it was like the most fun you can ever have. Because everyone's got pistols, just run around the map and it's like no one's expecting it. But he didn't want to do it. That's a shame.
I feel like that's unlike Oscar as well.
To be fair, I guess they are 10-6 down. He's like, I don't want to mess around here. You can't lose.
Yeah, that's true. Bit too deep, bit too deep. And Sunny is ready with the MP9, or maybe not ready enough. David Duvek finds a good timing to burst out of the hut position. And Oscar gets things immediately. There are problems potentially here now for MouseSports. They're losing a lot of players, a lot of life. What is going on? This is absolute madness on the upper bomb site.
Bomb not planted just yet. 2v2 though. Maybe MouseSports cannot afford the luxury of trying to stop the bomb plant at this point and just play for the win overall. Smoke disappears towards main, and the T's will head towards the B bomb site. Rob still on high ground of A, so maybe that was a good decision, but Snacks isn't too far away. I think at this point the bomb's likely to go down. But can they clean up? Only an MP9 has been collected by these LDLC players so far. Alex moving around the vents, and that's a fast fire rate, leaving Rops alone with no kit. I don't know if there's one retrievable for him, but he really needs to find out what's going on quickly. Has to assume that was bomb plant, so no one on the site itself, and you do feel the impending doom of this situation. Armanek charging through. He's not going to check to his right. The bait is perfect.
No way.
Oh, that was a close one.
Almost fluffed it. That could have been an absolute meltdown, but Alex pulls it off. LDLC 11, MouseSports 6. Guys, no one gets the ramen if LDLC win, by the way.
Oh.
Yeah, I think that's fair.
Yeah.
See, Dan was
Is
on some nonsense before.
I think that's fair.
we all predicted
wrong.
Should I be
predictions.
advocating for...
It's fine. I think that's
Right,
a
okay.
good compromise.
Okay.
So we'll refine the rules.
I feel like we should all make ramen, because I feel at that point we've all just messed up so badly. Everyone should be punished. No, that's not how it works.
What is wrong with you?
I think, and so I'm
Why
going
would
to
you nominate?
refine.
You just want. Look, Dan, if you want to make ramen, just make ramen, right? You don't need to drag us into the ramen making as well.
I'm going to refine the prediction game.
Henry,
Each day.
Dan wants to boil water as a social thing. So the social
What, you mean
boiling
like-
of water.
You mean like when you put on a kettle of tea, James?
Oh, there we go.
Well, no,
A
but
rebuttal.
you want to do ramen though. That's more water. There's more water required, which
is-
means a longer
I don't know.
boiling time.
there
What about
isn't
a pot of tea?
Dan wants to have an extended conversation
Okay, over the ramen.
over the boiling of water specifically. The end goal is not
feel like
necessarily the point.
I've really sabotaged this game with the whole ramen approach. I feel like going forward,
You can't come into this studio and talk about ramen
I
without
thought-
expecting
I thought-
some repercussions.
in future, I'm going to pick a map of the day I think is going to be excellent. And I'm going to say this is the game with the fourth on the line. We'll do one prediction a day. And we'll keep track of it properly. Production will make it all graphic for us and everything. It'll be great. We'll have a lot of fun with it. How about that?
The production don't look happy with
It is
the
just like,
the
oh, for
extra
God's sake.
workload you know, that you're proposing.
I'm just trying to bring some entertainment
Henry,
value here.
Charlie Big Spuds G with his ramen. Who does he think he is?
Okay, actually, an important round here, guys. We're going to see Sunny with the CZ. Not going to do much of it, though. And it's going to be an upper push and another round for LDLC looks at things. Chris J and his scout, I'm not sure he'll be able to do much about this. He's very, very good with this weapon, but he might be out of luck here. Using fancy footwork to get down towards lower. It looks like he'll just be holding up now. Could I see the scoreboard? How much money did they spend into this? Pretty much everything, boys. Okay.
Yep.
Wild Dan yearns for friendship over the boiling of water, over Daniel 100 Celsius Capadia.
I just want to say that I keep dropping it.
Yeah,
and you keep going back
keeps
to it.
coming back.
I started the sentence with while. Okay, I was about to transition into MouseSports.
Of course.
Heading towards half the score.
Henry already transitioned it. He already transitioned it. He cost an entire round, James.
I segued out and back in again, all right? This is how I roll.
Why is segueing
what
back
do you
into
guys
anything?
think about the whole scooter dilemma here in Santa Monica? Why is it taking over the entire city? What's happened?
Everybody wants money.
But it's like they're everywhere. It's like everyone's just like giving up with normal life.
The birds are cool. The birds are really cool because most of them are motorized little scooters, and they were cool. But now everyone's like, oh, let me get in on this. Well, and then it's like
everywhere.
And then it's like, let me force the other people out.
Yeah.
Presumably by having loads.
I bet people just go around. Other companies get paid people to nick them and stuff. Go around and like getting off the streets.
Now they're just giant obstacles.
Yeah, it's mental, isn't it? This is me.
What if you're blind trying to get through all these scooters?
Scooter mania.
Quick upper rush coming in from LDLC, cleaning up
the
no way. Oh, it's going a little bit wrong here.
Oh.
As the headshots start raining in for the side of MouseSports. That upper bomb site looks still under control by LDLC, but Snacks, he's going to find himself a UMP, but he can't have time to draw it though, and Alex is going to dive down into the vents.
Yeah, that's a good move. That should secure the victory. You can see they're so far removed from this. Bomb that I'd say even get an open bomb plan here, but maybe not. That's probably the right call. So Chris J's coming in. The scout connects, and he'll close the door behind him. That would have been pretty sick.
Yeah, but also there's so many weapons for the CTs to collect on the rotation. Rops, you can see, he had a UMP, now he's got an M4A4. He's just waiting in the vents for the time being, but Chris J is gone now. Does he go for max damage? Rops, he's made some steps. They know where he is. And I think it might just be time to hold on to the M4A4 for the time being. May have made the right choice. 180 from him, but nothing doing. And LDLC are charging towards a victory on Nuke.
This is obscene. We're going to see Oscar with 4K. After having that great start on the pistol, he had $6,000. He's gone for P90.
He's done it, hasn't he? He's
doing a get right. This is it.
I feel like you need to add context there. What does that mean?
Whenever I speak to get right, but I always ask him about Julies and P90s because he gets so passionate about them. He's like, no, they're good guns. And he does good work with them, to be fair.
Dude, the Julies are arse, man.
He likes them.
I'm not hearing that. But he has mained them. He has started off very well. P90. Good for a two-man spray down. He spotted a third player at the very least. Very fast rounds here on Nuke. Alex continuing to harass Max and trying to dance around bullets, but they'll get taken out eventually. 2-on-2. I have never seen rounds like this on Nuke.
Yeah, nuts.
Wild.
Everyone's just like DMing. It's like we joined a DM server.
I think they should just do the P90. Give it the $600 reward as well. Like, it's more expensive anyway. Just like put it up with the other SMG so it's viable. It's a pretty cool weapon. Run and gun, 50 bullets, high rate of fire, does damage. Why not? Let's make it happen. Should we make a campaign?
It's a lot of money. I feel like it could have slightly more.
I'm just saying that you also want to bring the Tech 9 back.
I don't want to bring it back. I want to make it viable.
I feel like you should be able to choose one.
I'll have the P90.
You go for the P90?
Yeah. Oh, that's a nice little smoke. Is he using that? No, I thought he's going to have some sort of mad one-way towards ramp. But
it's a great position, though.
It is. So this is, again, no kits, Dan. No smokes, no incendiaries. And they're 13-6 down. This is absolutely wild.
Sunny is 5 for 16 right now, and he's going to be moving in with the AK. He gets the kill. Now it's down to Alex with the MAC-10. They have no idea where he is, or do they? Oh, the MAC-10 spray, the run, the gun is looking good. He's pulled him off the bomb. He's done everything he needs to. Finishes him off. And that's another round in the bag for LDLC. 14-6. Now, so, I mean, our predictions would have been close if we just predicted the reverse, it seems.
Yeah.
It's a great observation there.
It's crazy.
Oh, I guess, yeah, score-wise.
Yeah.
So what did I say? I said 7, right?
What?
He's still trying to find a way to win somehow, Jason.
Oh, I just forgot what I said. That's
Guys, let's drop the predictions now. No one wins. I'm gonna officially close the game. I can see why you never do them before. It causes absolute carnage on the broadcast. So I should have listened. It's my fault. I'll take the responsibility.
What chicken's up to now?
The chicken?
2 eggs.
Yeah,
2 eggs. Oh, I don't want to tell you. Do you not hear what they did to him?
Well, the crowd were chanting KFC.
Yeah. This is the forced buy from MouseSports. They have to buy here, obviously. You can't go down 15-6. You're going to have to just buy up whatever you can. You cannot recover that many match points. So, unlikely to win it, but it's still not too bad. The fact they have FAMASs and UMPs, the Scout or Chris J is always going to be quite powerful. So, we'll see whether this works out. We'll get into what could be the penultimate round, Dan. Are you excited?
Ooh,
I think it'll be good.
Oh, you saw it in your mind's eye.
Scouts out for Chris J once again. Alex has been running down. He's been playing pretty well so far. He's 20 for 8. He's top fragging for his team and on the server. And we'll have to see whether or not he can defeat Oscar in this position. Oscar has a UMP. Great position for it. It's the backup of Rops. Very fortified position, Henry.
It is a very fortified position, if you don't mind me saying. So far, so good. T-side will be operating towards the secret area. 1 player there, but 2 for the CT. So who will come out on top is yet to be seen. But Oscar, it can't really sit back and just try and fend off a full execution. I'd imagine someone's going to try and probe for a kill soon. At least get some more sort of intel. Are they heading towards outside? Is it ramp? Oscar looked like he wants to do that, but Alex is very patient right now. Doesn't want to give up too much.
1 minute's mark. And the T's are creeping towards the ramp. Drops with a defensive position. Chris J moves at the wrong time with his scout. Going for some more bangs as well, running distraction, but Robs can't get anything out of it. 45 seconds and LDLC continues to move forward. That's a lovely swipe from him, but still alive. And now dead. Chris J and sniper rifles.
Yep.
Oh, they're actually going to funnel into the other bomb site. Sunny Wheel that just take down everybody here from the side. Very nice catch from him, and now there's 2 players left. 30 seconds to try to plant this bomb, but they've got bigger problems, bigger fish to fry. As Devaduvek is left alone, and he will be taken down, so MouseSports will finally get an additional round on the board. It's been a while, but
it's only good for half the score of their opponent.
It's true. And the reset's still there. Plenty of cash. Actually not too much. And a Mac 10 for Devaduvek. He could have been dropped an AK. Alex has got plenty of cash here. They're maybe trying to punish the fact they know Robs and Chris have low money. They might have helmets. It'll be an upper rush, surely. You've got Mac 10s like that. Just going to be barreling out, or maybe straight towards the ramp. One or the other. Rushing still. In they go, but it's really not going to work out. Robs adjusts perfectly here, looking for the 3K. And he makes him look a little bit foolish there. They run through the smoke, didn't get anything done. You can see what they're trying to do. It wasn't the upper rush, it was the ramp rush. That's the tightest choke point we got on the map. And they get absolutely wrecked.
Oh,
if Robs had been in that aggressive position, like by the railing, they probably come out on top, but he positions perfectly there.
I feel like, I think MouseSports are going to win.
Yeah?
No.
I feel it now. I feel like.
Is it just rushes with things from LDLC?
Pretty much. Just
Well,
trying to close it out quickly.
That's the thing, is that I don't know if they're going to close this. Now I have doubts, suspicions.
Maybe the approach is that the shorter the round goes on for, the less advantages MouseSports have in terms of, like, the longer it goes on, the better teams should be able to capitalize on more mistakes. But can't really. Well, maybe you can with slight adjustments go for these fast pushes every single time. Of course, this one is pistols, so we're focusing on the round to come. But you never know. Many a match has been won with less than Devaduvek. Hello.
Devaduvek. Come on, Jack.
Look, man, it's all I'm seeing is D's.
Decked. I like it.
Oh my days.
It's Rops who should be able to shut this one down. He's getting in the zone now, isn't he?
Yeah.
Looking sharper and sharper as time goes by. This kill, oh my god, what's happening here? Oh, here we go then. Rops, they know where he is. There's a minute on the clock. He has got control of the bomb, I believe. We'll see if he can close things out. It looks like he might be able to. He's looking for the ace. It's Rops up against Devaduvek. And we'll see whether he'll be able to close things out. It's be a great round from Rops if he can fend off the match point. Not going to happen, though. It's all falling apart. That's a reset as well, boys.
That's a shame, isn't it? They had 4 AKs at the start of the round. MouseSports had 4 AK-47s there. They were loving life, or at least Rops was. But unfortunately, maybe my feeling was misplaced, because LDLC now just 1 more round and they've got this one in the bag. And the MouseSports buy, whilst they will have rifles out, it's not the max utility, only Rops with the kit as well. And they are having a struggle, aren't they? MouseSports on the struggle bus. Chris J, 9 kills. Snacks 8, Sunny 8. It's a tough life on the CT side right now.
Last chance saloon for MouseSports.
Well, they need 7 rounds in a row now, and they've got a 5 versus 4 to kick things off. Not looking too good, is it? And Flash is inbound. LDLC, they're going to be a team to look at this season. I'm telling you right now.
We saw Logan creeping through the smoke outside the main area to allow this really fast split of the A site, and Rops is alone once again. 1 versus 3 now. Bomb not planted just yet, but you can hear the beep beep. And there we go. Rob trying to pre-fire just every inch of this area. Nothing doing just yet. Alex just walking in, gives him a free kill.
Not sure why he's doing that, to be honest. He's just getting the vent or something. There's this turtle up. Rop's definitely got a shout within this one, but he's low HP. That's the main factor. Got a kit, no more utility. Time ticking away. Amanek and Twanu trying to hold him off. You feel like he's going to throw in his first shot. No problem at all. And there's a trade. Well played. LDLC do the impossible, boys. They bounce back. It was 16-13 on Train. They gave him a good game. We thought that might be an anomaly. But on Nuke, they actually win. That's a massive result. Dan, you said going into this one, LDLC has to be a must-win opponent, right? You have to beat them every single time. I'm going to say they're going to win a few maps this season.
Yeah, we have a similar story. Well, maybe a similar story. We'll see how it pans out. But last season in North America, we had United, a team which you expect to be the punching bag, but then they just show you that they can play some serious Counter-Strike and take a map off pretty much any team. So that could be the story here for LDLC. I guess to some extent, the fate of MouseSports could be in their hands if we see LDLC just being a real contender.
Exciting stuff, I have to say. So we've had the two maps there, and is there any names on the LDLC side especially that like stood out for you?
Never do that.
Yeah, never do that. That really did stand out for you, if I'm honest. But there's so many great rounds, and commiserations like Sunny and Robs, they played their heart out, especially Robs in that second half. Did absolutely everything he could, even had to like try and punch out with an ace again to finish things off there. But a great team effort from LDLC. Like, it was actually a lot of fun to watch that. They've got some strategies, they've got some good players now. Before, they always had like two players you didn't care about, but a couple of big names in there. That seems like a pretty convincing lineup, I would say, at this point.
I like how they're not afraid to get a bit messy as well, just playing
they
some aggressive
Counter-Strike.
Strike. Yeah.
They want to get stuck in, they're happy to do some rushes. We don't see enough rushes in CS anymore, and they try to close it out very early on. Certainly worked out for them with the pistol round towards the end. MouseSports, though, do we take that with a pinch of salt? Do we feel like they've just come back from a big tournament in New York, winning it as well? Do you feel like they have the energy or even the concentration levels to actually bounce back and win online games?
It's best to win. I wouldn't be terribly concerned. Obviously, we've seen, I think it's more of a thing in North America where you have one of the qualifying teams is weaker, and sometimes it comes down to who took a loss against them towards the top of the table. So who knows? We'll have to see if that plays a part later on.
Sure. I think we have a leaderboard to look at. I think that's what I heard. Indeed it is. It's my first day on the job, boys, but I'm nailing it, I think. It's Astralis at the very top there with 6 points. LDLC, surprisingly, with 3 there as well. MouseSports, they still get points on the board today. That's everything. Oh, just a NIP right at the bottom there. You should point that out as well. Rough start for them, 0 and 2, but they did play the world's best team to kick things off.
It's 18 games everyone will be playing in total, so starting 0-2, always recoverable. Not a great, not an ideal situation, but not a worse thing in the world as well. So we'll see how that continues as they play more games.
Absolutely. Well, that's the European section dealt with. We've got some social links for you to look at. Dan, this is your job. This is your responsibility to read this out.
Well done, Dan.
Twitter at ECS. You can tweet the hashtag ECS6, and I believe that's the hashtag we're using. I'll get confirmation on that. I mean, why not? ECS6?
I feel like we'll adjust the graph. We'll have actually we'll add the hashtag in there for tomorrow as well.
And YouTube.com/FACEIT.
So just to make your job easy.
You can find all of the VODs, of course, from the broadcast if you miss anything. Or you can just, obviously, if you're watching on YouTube, you can just scrub back if you missed something, missed a match, missed a moment. We talked about ramen a lot.
That's the best thing about YouTube, isn't it? You can actually pause the game whenever you want and then come back, have your dinner, and watch the whole thing over again. It's brilliant.
It's amazing.
Well, that's all that we've got now for European section at least. We have got the prestigious North American region coming up next. We are going to take, it's about an hour break as well.
Yeah.
And I'm sure there'll be some videos playing and all that sort of stuff. You can stick around and watch these two fire guns or something. And we'll be back in about an hour. Do not go anywhere. Thank you so much.